Hello, and welcome to Redeemed Reconstruction. Let's get into it. We are on John chapter 1, verse 43. The next day, Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip and said to him, "Follow me." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathaniel and said to him, "We have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see." Jesus saw Nathanael coming towards him and said of him, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael said to him, "How do you know me?" Jesus answered him, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you." Nathanael answered him, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered him, "Because I said to you, I saw you under the fig tree, do you believe? You will see greater things than these." And he said to him, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you will see heaven opened, and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Okay, so these are a few of the things that stand out to me. Jesus went to Galilee, which is where Andrew and Peter were from, and he found Philip, and he said, "Follow me," and that's all it says about Philip. So, Philip was in a position in his life where he was ready to just follow him. He was ready to see Jesus for who he was. I'm sure there were circumstances in his life leading up to it that God had his heart prepared for it. After Philip started following Jesus, knew he was the Messiah, he went and he found his buddy Nathaniel, and he told him, "Hey, we found him who Moses in the law and the prophets wrote about. His name's Jesus of Nazareth. He's the son of Joseph." Nathaniel said to him, "Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" And Philip told him, "Hey, come and check it out, man. Come and see for yourself." So Jesus and Nathaniel were walking towards Jesus, and Jesus said, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there is no deceit." So right away, Jesus told him, "Hey, I see you. I see there's no deceit in you, and that you're a man with integrity." So Nathaniel said, "Hey, how do you know me, man? You don't know me." Jesus said, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you." I don't know what Nathaniel was doing under the fig tree, what kind of conversation he was having, probably with God, or what he was wrestling with, but it was significant to Nathaniel because right away he said, "You are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus answered him, "Because I said to you, I saw you under the fig tree, do you believe? You will see greater things than these. Truly, truly, I say to you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." So we got two people on this little passage. We got Philip, who right away said, "Hey, I'll follow you. You're Jesus." And we got Nathaniel, who was doubtful. And he said, "He's out of Nazareth? Nothing comes out of Nazareth." Good. So I looked up Nazareth and what it was about. It was considered poor and insignificant. It had a very small population, 200 to 400 people, and it was never mentioned in the Old Testament at all. So it was a town with no notoriety whatsoever. There was widespread prejudice against that village. It was in Judea, and Judeans saw it as an unrefined, and it was distant from the religious center of Jerusalem, and it was socially rustic. So basically, they thought it was just kind of like a little backwater town, and the residents were mostly poor or modest peasants and day laborers, rather than prominent or wealthy citizens. So the prominent and wealthy citizens just kind of passed it by and didn't give it any thought. And the residents were poor middle-class peasants, and they were day laborers, construction workers like me, probably. Jesus was a carpenter there. And that's where God chose for Jesus to live as he grew up. God sees everybody of value, and Jesus' relationships all through his life were with poor to middle-class laborers. And God loves us all, and he doesn't look at our station or how much money we have or how glamorous our life is. He loves us all. So that's good news to me, because I'm just a construction worker. I'm nothing special, but God sees me with great value, and he doesn't hold where we come from against us, and that's super encouraging. So, and he refers to himself as the Son of Man, which is something. He'll do it quite a bit, and that's from the prophecies in the book of Daniel in the Old Testament, which all the Jews knew back then, as a qualification, a name that they used for the coming Messiah, as well as in the book of Enoch. He referred to the Messiah as the Son of Man. So when he's saying that, he's referring to the old prophecies and pointing out that who he really is. He really is the Messiah. And so here he is, he's building up his 12. That day he had one guy that believed right away and one guy that didn't believe and needed personal confirmation. Like, I was more like Nathaniel. The big breakfast and the pack of smokes convinced me. That's in my video, How I Know God is Real. And yeah, he loves us all right where we're at. He sees our differences, and he still calls us and has patience for all of us. So yeah, that's encouraging to me. So as I walk through today, I'm going to pray that God continues to connect the dots in my mind of when he was working in my life and when he was showing himself to me. And I am going to be happy with where I'm at, where my station is in life. I am not going to be upset that I'm not rich, and I'm going to be thankful for what I have and know that that doesn't matter to God. And I am going to be thankful that, once again, he knows all of us personally, and he is a personal God. Don't be afraid to talk to him today. Open and honest. If it sounds ugly, that's okay. God can handle it. All right. I love you. God loves you. And thank you for spending my morning with me.